now has its own Roku channel. INSiiGHTS itself is a dream maker, providing a platform for content creators. Go with INSiiGHTS Roku channel into 91 million homes. We are strengthening our programs that will continue to educate, entertain, and enlighten our viewers. We will still feature youth sports, Mick and Rick, INSiiGHTS Magazine, Remember the Legends, and much more. Stay tuned for our creative content. We will continue to appreciate your support.
INSiiGHTS presents the Claflin Athletic Show, sponsored by Tony T. Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep of Orangeburg, South Carolina. You know, today we have a very special person that we're bringing to the screen for you to meet. You know, it's not often you meet real life legends. And you got a legend coming up today. You have a name you should remember, all you Claflinites, Matisse Lee. Why does that name ring a bell? She was pitcher of the year in her conference. Graduate assistant on the softball team, assistant coach on the softball team, head coach on the softball team. School record, 34 dubs. She handled things like that. Then she just keeps moving up the ladder, the administrative ladder. I want to welcome proudly to the show, Matisse Lee.
Hi, Mickey. I am so excited to have my big moment. You guys don't even know. I've been waiting all year for this moment. I'm excited, Mickey. It's my turn.
Oh, you just so suave. I just don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I told her, I said, in our little brief exchange, I said, you know, I'm going to bring you on. You're a former coach. I said, I've seen you in action. I said, you will do fine. And she starts off that way. That's who she is.
It's been a long time coming.
I say it's been listen to you. Coach, I'm going to pick at you some more because you have the longest title probably in the state of South Carolina. I mean, assistant athletic director for internal operations and student athlete affairs and anything else that my AD needs me to handle.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Come on, Miss Personable. Tell me, I mean, the show isn't long enough to talk about all the different things that you do, but there's somebody, and I have to back up just a little bit because I have to say this. One of the things I really like about you and how you've progressed through there is that you're a Claflin student athlete. You've come through the system. And I think when universities do that, it sets an outstanding role model for the student athletes in the program that can look at you and see that if you do the right things, that you could be rewarded right here at the university. Tell us what it's like to work for the university that obviously means a lot to you.
Yeah, Mickey, it's absolutely an honor and a blessing each and every day I get to wake up and I get to come home. And not everybody can say that. Not everybody is as fortunate as I am. And to just hear you say everything that I have done, you know, starting out as a student athlete, coaching, all the way now to associate AD. And we got a little something coming in the bag here very, very shortly. I'm going to elevate once again. But it's a blessing to be here and working under Dr. Warmack's administration. His saying is elevation and transformation. And I think each and every day, my goal is to come in and make a difference. I want to leave this place way different than I found it. You know, it has to continue to elevate and grow every day. And I think that's what I do. I'm fortunate enough, I get to work with some awesome student athletes each and every day. And they are the reason why I do this. I get to see them when they come in as freshmen. And then by the end, they're knocking down my doors trying to be an intern, trying to work for me. And then everybody that's my intern, they go on and they get these great jobs in sports. And I see little Lees walking all around here. Like everybody wants to work up under me and get that experience. And we're just trying to provide a better experience a better athletic department, and we want to be known for what we do here. So each and every day, I'm fortunate enough, I get to come home, and going home to family. Family is dysfunctional at times, but we're always going to be family. We're always going to look out for each other, and we're going to get the job done. And so every day I get to do that. And that's just a blessing in itself.
You couldn't have written that out better than what you just said. You couldn't have. But I want to go back to something you said, because I don't want to underestimate the significance of what you've done. None of this has been handed to you. You have climbed the ladder one rung at a time. I mean, you went from being conference pitcher of the year, graduate assistant, and then head coach. And then even as you've climbed the administrative ladder, it's a step at a time. I mean, you don't just leave. And I think that part of that is something that we keep having to teach this generation, is that you can't rush things.
Right.
You know, it comes in its time, but you have to let the process play out.
Absolutely. You have to let the process play out, and you have to do the work. You know, I'm fortunate enough, I'm a hard worker, and a lot of people will tell me like, girl, you're going to run yourself in the hole. You do a little bit of everything, but my mindset on doing a little bit of everything is learning everything. No, I don't have to do everything at all times, but I want to know how to do everything at all times. So at any cost, you know, if this position gets eliminated, hey, you can tap me on the shoulder, because I can run, you know, the stat machine, or I can run the video board, or I can, you know, help out with this, or I'm familiar with this process. I can run the building. I can do the requisitions. I can run the business aspect. So my goal in life is, in any instance I'm in, I want to learn everything that I can. I'm like a sponge, and I never forget. You know, at any chance, you know, somebody say, hey, can you do this? If I'm free, if I'm not spending time with my daughter, I always say yes, just because I want that experience. So now going forward, like I'm so marketable. I make myself very marketable, and I can do a lot of things. So, hey, if this athletic thing doesn't work out, maybe I can go over there and be a recruiter, or maybe I can work in financial aid, because I know how the process works over here, or maybe I can work in housing or something like that. So, and that's my goal, to teach my students. Don't just learn my job, but I need you to learn what they're doing over in their academics. I need you to help out Ms. Dion a little bit today in compliance and learn what they're doing, because you never know when a GA position may come open. Hey, now you fit right in there. Yes, I do know how to do this, or yes, I can, or I'm willing to learn. So just continuing to just know that you have to work. You have to do the work. Nothing is given to you. Just do the work.
How did you know that it was time to transition from coaching to administration?
So I have a daughter who is 13, by the way. She's having graduation this weekend.
Congratulations.
So she's getting ready to go to high school. And so I had a daughter at a young age. Being a single mom, I realized, you know, I had to take her with me on some softball road trips, and that was fine once she got young, when she was younger. But as she started to get older, and she wanted to be in volleyball, she wanted to be in dance, she wanted to do these other things, and I wanted to be a part of those things. I have a awesome support here, because I'm only like 45 minutes away from my hometown. So I have mom, I have dad, I have a whole bunch of people who can, aunties that show up and show out for me when I'm not there. But I wanted to be a part of those things. And so when an opportunity came, I was like, absolutely, you know, but I need to make sure that my girls are going to be left in great hands. If that's not the case, then I'll stay here a little bit longer, because I don't want to take anything away from what we had going. And I knew that girls team that I was leaving, I knew they were going to win that coming up, you know, that next year. And they did. And so Coach Marty was able to make that happen. But I was able to now focus a little bit more on home life, and family life. And contrary to what people believe, like my daughter's here every day. Absolutely every day. She thinks she goes to Claflin. She got to work with Coach Breon a little bit this year as a manager. She worked with the former basketball coach, Coach Jackson. Everybody around here holds her accountable. They're asking her about school, but that's what made the decision for me. I needed time to be with her.
Oh, that's great. And I keep saying that, everybody talks about the fact that their school is family. Well, you talking the talk isn't the same as walking the walk, but it's just so different
It is.
at Claflin. It really
is. Yep. It
And one
really
of
is. My daughter is coming in here, like she's waiting on our athletic director right now, Mr. O'Neill, because they rush in here with grades. Like, hey, I got 5 A's. That's $50. I need that, And so they're all excited. The other coaches give them money. My daughter and the softball coach's son actually go to school together. Okay. So they're with each other every day. We take turns going to pick them up. We bring them here. They're here in the afternoon. So it's really a family environment. And I mean, there's no other place I would rather be but here.
Oh, that's great. And that explanation of family and the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you what I've seen in the time that I've been on campus. And people who don't know me, let me tell you, I'm pretty much straight, no chaser. Yeah. I don't know how to do it any other way. If it wasn't that way, I said, oh yeah, well, y'all say it's family, but okay, we'll keep working on it. It really is like that at Claflin.
It really is.
Let me ask you something. I know you worked for a legendary softball coach and played for one.
I did.
Did you have a mentor that you kind of looked up to while you were at Claflin that kind of talked to you and spent time helping you?
Yeah, so Coach Jordan is a legend. Well, he was a legend here. He was my coach. He was my everything. And I went through a rough patch with him going on when his health started to decline. And so I got to see that firsthand. And I got to, witness that. But I witnessed how strong he was in spite of everything that was going on around him. So that kept me motivated, and it still keeps me grounded. But if I would have to say one person that I absolutely just look up to and I love everything about him, it would have to be my aunt. And that's my aunt. Her name is Melissa, but we call her Nikki. She's just ideal, like the woman that I think I would like to grow up to be. I know I'm almost there, but everything about her compassion for people, her kind heart, the way she just gives selflessly, the way she works hard, she goes hard, the way she's going to make sure everybody else comes before her. She's kind of has the same mindset as myself. She wants to learn and soak up everything that she can. But in all of that, her faith, the way that she carries herself, if I could embody her every single day, I know I'm going to be great. Now, within the business, I really look up to our commissioner in the CIAA, Commissioner McWilliams Parker. She's the bomb, Mickey. Like, she's a boss woman. And I not just what she does for our conference, but I get a chance to see what she does out on the national level. Like when she's in there with all of those males, no offense, Mickey, no offense, but she holds weight, and I absolutely, I love that about her. She's not afraid to speak up. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She's not afraid to fight for what we deserve in the CIAA and HBCU conferences and schools. And I absolutely love that. I like to see boss ladies doing boss things. So my Aunt Nettie and definitely Commissioner.
Well, I didn't take offense to your comment about women. INSiiGHTS recognize a lot of the high achieving women in athletic administration during Women's History Month. And we had your compadre, Djuan, on. And one of the things that we're so proud of, especially at Claflin, is women have a chance to shine on this administrative team. And I tell your AD all the time that he has 2 excellent ladies that really kind of uphold him. And especially when things are going through. And I'm like I say, straight no chase. I tell them all the time, you better enjoy them while you got them, because they're not going to be that long. He said, why
Yeah,
you
he
say that,
told
Mick? I
us.
said, because they coming to get them.
Yeah, he told us. He said, Mickey always says you guys are not gonna be here long. You guys are gonna be out of here. And I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah. Mickey said, just enjoy it because somebody's coming to get those girls.
Yes, absolutely. Then you have Ashley Fields. And
Yes.
how many women do you have that are strength and conditioning coaches and over the men programs? You don't have that often either.
Yeah, it's
So
I'm so proud of Ashley because Ashley was one of those interns. Like Ashley played ball here and then she had a 5th year and I was like, "Come on, you're going to come, you're going to work for me." And she worked for me. I take them to convention. I let them see how we determine rules, we vote on rules, and look at where Ashley is now. Like I'm so proud of her. You just don't you just it gives me flutters. Coach Ginyard the same way. Even Coach Arnold, who's the assistant softball coach, that was my recruit. Like, hey, they making it happen. I absolutely love it. And Dion is gonna make some things shake here in just a little bit. She's getting her feet wet, but hey, she's gonna make it happen. And I'm proud of her too. She's done a lot in these past 6 months. She got thrown in the middle of the semester, so that was rough, but she's making it shake.
you would not notice she came in the middle of the semester. And that's indicative of a strong administrative team.
Yeah. Don't
And
forget about Miss Kramer. Miss Kramer holds us down. Miss Priscilla Kramer, she's our athletic business technician. She's the one who's making it shake, make sure those numbers and dollars make sense. So yeah, the women, we're taking over.
yeah, it sure looks that way and taking over and doing well.
Right.
What tell us, as the season wraps up, year wrapped up, what are some of the things that you're most proud of in terms of the accomplishments within the department?
I think academically we're doing well. We're continuing to graduate our student athletes, which is the most important thing. They're coming here, they're matriculating, and they're getting out, and they're going out in the world to be visionaries. We had a great athletic showing. I think people are still underestimating what we can do here, but we're starting to show them, so people are starting to realize, okay, they really do have something going there. And that's with volleyball, that's with cross country, that's with basketball. Track and field made a whole lot of haters and shaking made they had this year because nobody expected them to do that, and we were there believing and cheering the whole way, but everybody else doubted. Our softball team is doing well. Baseball is on the go, new coach. So I'm just proud of us being able to function past COVID, get in here. We take our student athletes through a lot. They have a lot of rule changes, a lot of regulations, showing up at 5 a.m. for COVID testing, and they don't really complain. I know they get tired of it, but I'm mostly proud of them being able to, be adaptable, be flexible, and being willing to just do this thing. Because at any time they could just say, hey, I'm done with it, I'm just going to be a regular student. But they don't do that. They go through the process and willingly go through the process, and they get the job done. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the growth of our young coaches and how they're formulating and coming into their own. Proud of our strength coach. We had 3 trainers this year that were all GAs. We did not have a full-time trainer, and I'm so proud of them because this year has probably been one of the best years with using them. And the 3 of them, they balance well, they got along well, they help us with this new, trainer has to be here for certain practices, and we ran a smooth ship. So I'm very proud of, what they've done. And so now it's time for a little bit of refresh. Get yourself back together. We actually started working out this morning as a staff. Coach Ashley is working us out. So we're all going to be slim and trim by August. And then come July, we got golf tournament. We're in the planning processes of that. And that is way ahead of where we normally are, Mickey. So I'm excited about that. And then, hey, it's time to bring a new class in and start it all over again. So I'm excited.
Wow. You have a lot to be excited about, but I want to highlight the fact that the first thing that you mentioned was the graduating class and the student athletes that you have that have graduated.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit more on that, please.
I honestly, Mickey, I just, posted something the other day on social media. I'm a little sad about this class. I really, really connected with this class. This is that COVID class. These are the kids that came to school and were in school and then went home for spring break. And then it was like, don't come back. We're done. And then the next year was like, no sports. We're not doing anything. So they're just trying to find their way. They made it through all of that, still played 2 years after that, and some of them have extra time, they'll come back and do another year. Some of them are ready to go on and matriculate in life. But I'm just so excited because like we had certain students this year, some of them were taking 22 and 23 hours while playing ball just to make it happen, and they did it. We saw some academic changes in some people who had rough first semesters. They did so well second semester. But I no doubt this graduating class, I know they're going to go out in the world and do great things. I'm on the fence about them because I'm sad. I really didn't want not this group. They could have stayed a little while longer. I really enjoyed this group. These are my workers. These were the ones who got community service done. When I said, hey, I need someone to show up here, we're going to read to the kids, they showed up. I'm a little sad about this group, but I'm extremely proud.
I need you to go back a little bit. It's something that people tend to forget now because of the pandemic being basically over, not completely. Right. But what it does to a student athlete to have that sport removed from them and not be able to participate because it's that sport, it's the linchpin that keeps them connected, where coaches see them, keep them motivated, and not having sports. Talk a little bit about the challenges you face with that.
That was rough. Some of them we had to, of course, reach out to mental health to get some mental health support for them, because some of them, they just really never really had the opportunity to think about life after this sport. And we all know that comes, eventually, but you're talking about freshmen and sophomores that, just finished playing high school ball, and they're like, hey, college is supposed to be this way. And it almost gave them a false reality of what normally would happen. And so coaches did a really good job of just trying to stay on task with them. We tried to still, kind of have like meetings and different type of activities as much as we could, because of course, too much of that would have caused a massive breakout. But we tried to do things virtually. We had a debate where we let each team debate virtually, and we gave them topics, and they had to go in breakout rooms and come up with what their argument was going to be, and they debated against each other. It was actually one of the best events I think we've had. And it was all done through Zoom, but we tried to be innovative and creative and come up with things for them so we didn't lose them mentally. Of course, just like any school, you're going to have some that transfer, but majority of our kids stayed. And then even in the midst of all of that, we had coaching changes. We had a whole lot of things. So for this group, I am extremely proud because they went through all of that. They went through COVID, they went through coaching changes, all kind of adjustments that they really could say, I really didn't have a choice. Like I just had to make it through, and they did that. And so for them, the class of 2023, I am so, 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 so proud. If you're watching this video, y'all know I'm proud of you.
Well put. Share a little bit about some of the things that you do with your student athletes within the community. I think that falls under one of your many assignments and tasks, responsibilities that you have, but share some of the things that you have them do, because I know it's very important, Dr. Warmack, that your students are involved in the community.
Yes, absolutely. So what some of the things that we've done this year, I know we did Make-A-Wish early on in the fall where we had a bake sale where each team had to have baked items on a table and try to sell. Mickey, honestly, our goal was $500 and we made over $2,500 in 2 hours. Like they were hustling. We did this at a volleyball game. They were selling those items. They wanted people to come and buy. Just to see them interact was absolutely amazing. We do
Stop. Some of your boys basketball boys teams baked?
I don't know if they baked them or they had some pretty little girls that baked them. I don't know. But the crazy thing is the men's basketball team, Won. They sold the
Wow.
most items. So I don't know if
Wow.
they baked them. I don't even know if it mattered. Maybe the pretty little girls just wanted to buy them from. I don't know.
Hey,
But
whatever works.
whatever works. They made the most money. But it was fun to see them, kind of battle against each other. We also do, we work very closely with our Orangeburg Boys and Girls Club, because if you didn't know, Coach Ashley, our strength coach, she also works there. And so there we partner with them, and she brings them to our games. We go out there. We just recently did an Easter egg hunt with them, where we went out and we talked to them and, talked to them about doing well in school. But one of our other biggest programs that we're getting ready to end for this year, we do a thing called the Panther Reading Express. And so we go out to an elementary school. We pick one school each year, and we take them reading links. And for every book that a class reads, they get a link. At the end of the school year, whichever class in that grade level has read the most books, they get invited to a dance, pizza, and ice cream party. So on next week, we're going to Brookdale Elementary, and we are going to take the highest reading class out of each grade level, and they'll meet us in the gym. The only sad part about it is we won't have our student athletes here because they're gone, but the coaches and our staff will go over, we'll play some music, have some dancing, we'll give them pizza, and we'll give them drinks, and then we'll tally how many books we've read. But I think the last count that we had, that school had read over 700 books. And so
Wow.
trying to increase,
Wow.
reading literacy in this area is something that we're passionate about, and we're going to continue to push.
Wow, that's excellent. That's excellent. And
Yeah,
I know that your president and your AD all love those type of activities, because it's important that with
absolutely.
sports and universities that we want people in the community to know that we're a part of that community,
Absolutely.
and then we're there. And I think it's not much you could do better than trying to increase that reading literacy and to be involved with them like
Yeah.
that.
And we do take some of our guy athletes, like our baseball, track, and men's basketball, and sometimes we pair them up with some young little boys that may be having behavior issues or things like that, and they actually just spend time with them. We may go to read, but they may go and just have lunch with, little Ryan, or, I'm just here to have lunch and have a conversation with you. And so
Hmm.
to see the joy on those guys' face, or the little boys' faces when they walk in the door, because they know that Tim is coming just to see Ryan, or Isaiah is coming just to see Johnny. They absolutely love that. They feel like somebody is coming here to see me, and that brings joy.
And see, you just closed it with that, and that was where I was going next. As a Claflin alum, as a player and student athlete, coach, administrator, how does it make you feel to see the reception that your students and your student athletes receive in the community when you're involved with the elementary schools and the different things that you do? Because you seem so passionate about it. Share that with us.
Absolutely. Very passionate. It gives me joy. It just makes me feel like, everything that I'm pouring out, it's not just going to waste. Like, people are actually, these student athletes are paying attention, they're viewing it, they're understanding it, they're comprehending it, and they're soaking it in as well. And they're understanding that, life is not just about you. If you can't reach out and help somebody or bring somebody along with you, and then maybe you're not fulfilling everything that you have, because there's something that you can give to somebody else. So for them to just be able to, jump right in and understand it, it gives me joy. I get excited. It makes me go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this is what we're going to do next. This is how we're going to plan to do this or that. Tio knows I'm like an Energizer Bunny. I'm on to the next thing. I'm trying to figure out how we can be bigger and better. What else can we do? Can we write grants for funding? Can we find, something else? And that's just who I am. And so to see student athletes modeling that behavior, it gives me absolute joy. And many of people around here tell you I can get them to do absolutely anything. I go to their level and I have a conversation with them, and I'm like, hey, this is what I need. And they're like, Miss Lee, whatever you need, we'll do it. We got it. We got you. We're going to be there. We're going to do this. And they show up every time, Mickey. And everybody can't get that. So I don't take it lightly. I don't abuse it, but I also let them know that they have to be passionate about service and giving back as well.
Oh, that's excellent. I just saw you a minute ago when you were talking and you kind of did your hair. I saw a little red and white on your wrist there.
Mm-hmm. With pink nails, right? I know.
Right.
Yes.
See, I wasn't gonna say anything about that. I was gonna let you go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speak a little bit. You have an event coming up in July. Talk a little bit about that event. As we close out, I need you to tell people about what's coming up.
All right. So Panther Nation, we got to get you involved. We have the Paws Up golf tournament. It is going to be absolutely amazing. We have some celebrity appearances that will be coming. They will be on the golf course with you. Tickets and everything is online for you to purchase. You can even be a sponsor. If you have the capabilities to be a blessing upon these student athletes, all proceeds go to student athletes. I promise you it goes there. We do a lot of things with them throughout the year. They need a lot of things. They travel a whole lot. So all proceeds go to student athletes. So if you are able to be a blessing to be a sponsor, we would definitely love to have that. But if not, if you can just, put a team in or put an individual in, we will also have a soiree. At our soiree, we're going to have some live entertainment, some spirits and cocktails. We're going to have a really good time as we raise funds for our student athlete. We want this year to be the biggest year yet, Mickey. And I know we can do it. If we can get everybody out there involved, even if you can't come, send a donation, guys. This stuff does not happen just because. Budgets are not made just because. We have to start supplementing some of that, and we need all of you, all former athletes. I can't wait until this video, Mickey, is done, because I'm going to be tagging people so they can watch it and look at it. I'm challenging every former athlete, at least put an individual in, and if you can afford to do a team, do a team. Or if you can do a sponsorship, do that too. We need it. We know what our experience was. We have grown. In these last years, we have grown, and we want to grow even more. What's stopping us? Absolutely nothing. We just need support. So, Paws Up Golf Tournament, July 6th and 7th in Orangeburg and Santee, South Carolina. Y'all come on down. We'll show you a good time.
INSiiGHTS was there last year. We did a special on it. And one thing I need you to know, as you watch this show, the Claflin Athletic Show, there's not many teams in the CIA, schools in the CIAA that has their own athletic show.
Not at all.
On Roku, all day Thursday is nothing but Claflin. So you need to be a part.
How many countries?
19 different countries.
I like the way that sounds, Mickey.
Say you like how that sounds. We need you to click on and follow us so that you don't miss anything with Claflin. Claflin coaches have been on our basketball shows that we've had on INSiiGHTS. We've had Tony O'Neill on our INSiiGHTS show. We've had Claflin people be a part of different things that INSiiGHTS does because we believe in the university.
Absolutely.
So once again, I'd like to say thank you for being a part of the show. Didn't have to say much with the legend. She rolls with it.
Thank you so much, Grandma. I know you're up in heaven watching. I made it to the big screen, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mickey Clayton, the coach with INSiiGHTS, presenting the Claflin Athletic Show, sponsored by Tony T, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Orangeburg, South Carolina. As we always say, support those programs that support you.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Like us on Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent the independent thoughts and representation.